from across all corners of our fair planet Earth. Welcome to the Gaming Cult Podcast. Worldwide opinions on obscure and up-to-date gaming talk culture and geekery for today and yesteryear. You love it, my boy.
My boy.
This episode, episode 57 is what we're going to be doing.
Yep. So this is going to be episode 57, I think, and I think I can definitely hear Ryan typing.
Well, I won't type when we start. I'm just doing I'm talking to Ruby about something right now.
But Ryan, what if I already told you?
Please don't. You already did that to me last time.
Look, Ryan, my friend who I love so much. What if I told you that hello, and welcome to episode 57 of the Gaming Cult Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Innes from. What's the weather like? It's overcast. Overcast, Melbourne, Australia. It's the middle of winter here. It's pretty damn cold still. Even for Australia, still pretty damn cold. About 2 degrees here. I'm Jake Innes. Joining me from sunny Sydney, Australia. Am I going to say that it's sunny in Sydney, Australia?
My blinds are closed, so I actually can't see the sun right now.
Yeah, mine too.
So due to that, I don't really want to say it's sunny, but I'm assuming there is a sun behind it. So let's just go with sunny.
My sister Ruby Innes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And joining us from Medford,
Hot
Oregon.
as balls, Medford, Oregon.
We got Dr. Ryan Reed in the house.
What up? I'm sitting here. It's 90 degrees in Medford, so we're also sunny, and I'm so fucking hot. I hate this weather.
I wish we had some heat right now. Man, Melbourne winters are just very, very long and dry, and you gotta moisturize a lot, and you gotta have an electric blanket, and if you play video games, you gotta maybe wear warm clothing if your house isn't centrally heated. It's the Gaming Cult Podcast.
Yeah, I've been hitting up that 2 Duna game. It's real good.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
Okay, so
are you aware? First, are you aware of the term Duna, my friend?
Is this an Australian term?
Yes,
I
it is.
think. Yeah.
I feel like I should know that. I didn't tell you guys, knowing that it was just going to be, I was going to kind of be the only non-Innis here. I decided to make sure I was in full Australia mode, so I just got back from Outback Steakhouse. I did get that steak and lobster tail. I did get it Aussie style, so I am ready, and I feel like I've absorbed enough Australia to stay in the conversation, but I don't know this one. So tell me all about it, Ruby.
A Duna is like a thick blanket.
It's a duvet.
It's a duvet.
I know what duvet is.
Is it
You know how we call McDonald's Maccas?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh wow, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Except there's no N in duvet. I think we just kind of decided to wing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's the game? What's the game you play with this thick blanket?
Sleep?
Oh, you said you were playing a game. You said you were playing the Duna game.
Oh, I was.
No, it's like it's like how you lay your game down, you know.
Oh.
I wasn't look, I get it, we're all gamers here, but I wasn't literally playing a game, so we can all just calm down.
Ruby,
just throw it away.
Did you guys never play that game?
Hang on, I'm putting this in the show. Reply from Zach. Poor Zach. Zach was supposed to be on this episode today, but he's in so much pain right now. My poor sweet brother, who I love so much. He put his back out, and he's on a lot of painkillers and shit right now.
Did he send you a message too?
Actually, no, it's not even funny. I could read this, but it's not even funny. Sorry, man.
I got one saying
I think
every second is agony.
I got one saying he couldn't talk through the Valium.
Oh man, it's like funny sad.
This morning it was like I should be able to do about 2 hours of the show before the endo knocks me out. My poor brother. Oh no.
Let's get a shouts out for Zach. Everybody at home, tweet out at Zach and say, I hope your back feels better.
Put your lighters up. Make sure they're not near any flammable substance, unless that's what you want to do and you want to do a little something. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm just saying be aware of fire hazards, viewers. Put one up for Zach Ennis. I guess we're having we're having a moment of silence for my brother, who's in a lot of pain, but still here with us.
He's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
Definitely not dead.
Hey,
can we make the name of this episode Zach is not dead?
Well, who knows? He could be by the end of this podcast. So we'll have breaking updates on Zach's health. And by the end of this podcast, we'll know, is Zach dead?
Actually,
Mark?
I was going to name this, the title of this episode, No Homo, We Smoking Penises.
I mean, let's see where the episode takes us.
The single best tweet in the history of Twitter. Are you aware of this tweet?
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a tweet from 2000... Ruby knows, yeah. Okay, so it's a 2009 tweet from Young Thug, way before he blew up. And it's just, no homo, we smoking penises, with about 6 exclamation marks.
Yeah, but didn't you already have an episode called No Homo?
No, I actually, with our good friend Josh Gurley. No,
with Josh Gurley,
I ended up
world famous artist Josh Gurley.
That's right. I ended up calling that episode, I wussed out of calling it No Homo. I ended up calling it This Is Episode 52.
Oh, that's a shitty episode name. Yeah.
That's a really good episode, though. If you glazed over that episode because of the very, very postmodern and base joke of a title, then hey, joke's on you, viewers. But you know what? I say I love you, and you should listen to that episode. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the Gaming Cult Podcast, where we just talk about what to name this episode before it happens, and then past episodes.
Well, thank you for joining us. That was episode 57 of the Game Cult Podcast.
that was all. Thank you.
Dude, just end it right here.
Right. Video games. What should we talk about video games? What do you think?
I've played a lot of video games since the last episode.
We haven't done we haven't done an episode since E3.
Before E3.
Yeah, since before E3. I mean, like, we're not gonna do an E3 fucking recap now because it's fucking July.
Kind of missed out on that.
Yeah, but I'll say this: I liked Microsoft's thing. I thought for the first time in years, and it really has been years, they actually had a good conference and showed some really good games. I'm not going to buy the $700 console or whatever it's going to cost at launch. I think it's probably going to cost like $750 here or something. Who the fuck knows? It's going to be
$649.
Wow. Okay. So actually, you know what? My friend Dizzle, shouts out our boy Dizzle in Wellington, New Zealand. He sent me the New Zealand price, and it was like $749 or something. Big shouts out and big love to our friend in New Zealand, Dizzle.
I liked it E3 when I liked the Devolver Digital one.
Yeah, you know what? That's the only thing
that was the best one
worth remembering.
It was so good.
I remember, Ryan, you got me onto that one, and yeah.
They kept streaming all night after that 15 minutes, and at one point, 2 professional wrestlers came in and started beating people up and taking over the stream to play video games.
Wow.
They were definitely the best part of E3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was just so good.
There was a lot of influences this year.
But that was E3.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk about E4.
This is Night of the Living Influences for a whole week.
This is our E4. We're going to talk about exciting electronic entertainment. Enjoy. So let's talk about some video games.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I say that I've been playing a video game, but who even knows about that right now? Because I'm going to pass the mic to my sister, Ruby Innes, and do anything you like.
Anything?
Anything?
I'm trying to rhyme. I don't know. I was doing a Beastie Boys thing.
Anything?
Yo, but Jake, are you serious about anything?
Yeah. I mean,
Anything?
sure. If you feel like it, just go for it.
Ruby?
Yeah, alright. So, Ryan and I worked on something quite a long time ago that I never ended up editing because I'm a piece of shit.
Shouts out.
But we're gonna
Wait. Can I introduce it? I wrote an introduction.
Okay.
What's going
You're
on?
still the host, but Jake, viewers at home, we
My sweet co-host, what's going on?
We interrupt this episode of Gaming Cult Podcast to bring you the new GCP show within a show. Welcome to Now That's What I Call a Podcast, starring Ruby Innes and Ryan Reed, where we are going to break down and rate every single disc in the Now That's What I Call Music discography.
Ta-da!
Wow. How are we doing for time? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? Every volume. Let's go.
We're just gonna do one today. This could break in at any time in any current episode for the rest of time. You think you're listening to GCP? No. We're gonna talk about Now That's What I Call Music.
Whoa.
Ruby,
okay.
what are we talking about today?
So, we're going right back to the very, very fucking start.
I'm excited.
In 1998, when the first Now That's What I Call Music came out in the US.
You know what? I know one fact about that. I don't know where this is in like the recesses of my brain, like with all the music knowledge that's in there. A lot of it useless. But one thing I know about the first volume for some reason is that it only came out on cassette tape. Is that true?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
The only picture I've seen of it is of the cassette version.
You might be thinking of the UK one. We're talking about the American release because the UK is dumb.
I am thinking of the UK. I am thinking of the UK one, and I think that's actually a true fact that the first one in the UK only came out on cassette.
I mean, it might be. It started in the 80s in the UK, but we're talking about the American first release. Now That's What I Call Music, released on October 27th, 1998, with 17 tracks. And what we'll be doing today...
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes, 1998. What
See,
we'll be doing today...
That's the extent of my involvement in this, and go ahead.
Okay, thank you. What we'll be doing today is Ruby and I each have out of the 17 tracks, we've got a top 5 that we've each picked, and we've got our worst one, and we're going to work together to pick the top 5 best songs on Now That's What I Call Music 1, and the worst song on Now That's What I Call Music 1. And by the end of this episode, what we say is law. If you disagree with us, you're not allowed to listen to GCP anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And you're arrested.
And you're arrested.
It's actually like against the law to disagree with our opinion on this Now That's What I Call Music and any Now That's What I Call Music in the future that we review, because it is law and I've signed all the paperwork and it's very legit, and don't you dare fucking say that we're wrong, because we're not.
To quote Raymond 14, you're going to jail. You're going to jail for being wrong. I think that's what he said.
Shouts out the Rainmaker Revolution.
Ruby, would you like to go first and say your 5 through 1?
Yes. So my number 5 is Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. Because I really like Lenny Kravitz, and I really like Fly Away.
I really like that song too. It didn't make my list. It was very, very close. Our special guest, actually, Jake, I just realized you're not the host of this anymore. You're just the guest.
I guess so,
Yes,
yeah.
What do you think about Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz?
I want to play video games. I want to play them all day. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That was
Ruby,
really
what's your
beautiful.
number 4?
My number 4 is Say You'll Be There by the Spice Girls. No, it's not. Can I change it?
Are you allowed to change it? Let's go to Jake.
Is that
Please.
A changing it for another Spice Girls song?
No.
That was, if we're talking 98, that was the time that Spice World came out, right? Their second album?
I think think.
Just say yes. Whatever we say is correct and law, and if they disagree, they go to jail.
Yes, sure. Because
Okay.
you know what? I don't want to catch case right now. So
I changed my number 4 to "As Long as You Love Me" by the Backstreet Boys.
Okay. Can you tell me why that over "Say You'll Be There"?
Because I wanted to make "Say You'll Be There" number 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
I was just swapping them around.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So number 3.
Number 3 is "Say You'll Be There" by the Spice Girls. I love the Spice Girls. I saw a video recently of the Spice Girls back in the day, and I forgot which music video they did where they were wearing like school uniforms, but like one of the producers of the music video, or like the director, was like, you should like make it a bit more sexy, like sexy up the uniform a bit. And they went fucking nuts. They're like, we're not gonna make it sexy. They're school uniforms. That's not okay. And got real mad at the producer. I'm like, yeah, you get mad at him. Hit him. I don't give a fuck. Go nuts.
hell yeah.
And they didn't hit him, but like everybody around them was kind of just like, yeah, dude, shut up. It was great.
Hell yeah.
I already know you knew this, of course, because your logic is infallible, as is mine. But I think you were thinking of an advertisement for Polaroid from 1997.
Very possibly.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah,
of course you're right. How could you be wrong?
And you're right too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jake is the only one that can be wrong here.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget how that song goes.
And that's
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, and my number 2 is "Bop" by Hanson.
Okay. You know what? And save your number 1. Save your number 1. Let me do my 5 through 2. Then we'll talk worst, and then we'll do
and worst one.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay, let me my top 5. Now it's interesting. Out of your 5 through 2 and my 5 through 2, no shared songs. So we're gonna have a little bit of a we're gonna have when we try to put the top 5, we're gonna have a little bit of a give and take. But my number 5 is "I Will Buy You a New Life" by Everclear. Great song, really mellow. Reminds me a lot of like late middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
Number 4, "If You Could Only See" by Tonic. You know what? I'm going to change that. I'm going to put "If You Could Only See" at 5, and "I Will Buy You a New Life"
I remember that fucking song. If you could
will
only see the way she loves me, baby, you will understand.
It's a good song.
When
Number
I
3, I have
your eyes with me, and she said that we're playing video games.
we're always playing video games.
I'm actually really, really, really into the concept of having Jake sing a few, if not all, of the songs that are on our lists in like every single segment.
And he has to tie in video games somehow.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I love it.
I was just
Please,
gonna.
Jake, at any time, do that.
I was just gonna sing. Bop's GameStop.
Do it right now. Go.
No, because the idea is funnier.
All right. Number 3, I have now. It's a one-hit wonder, but still a song I really like. "Sex and Candy" by Marcy's Playground.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys-
fair. I was actually looking at Sex and Candy. I was like, yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good mellow song. And then number 2, you know, if this would be my number 1 if there wasn't one of my favorite songs of all time on this album, but my number 2 is "Flagpole Sitta" by Harvey Danger.
Oh, no way. No way.
It's only slightly beat out by my number 1, which is I think one of my 5 favorite songs of all time. But we'll get to that.
I didn't even
so
know
that's my 5
what-
through 2. Oh, Jake, did you wanna?
I don't even know what that song is. Flagpole Sitter?
It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
It's the Peep Show theme song.
And it's
Oh,
a sin.
I guess I don't. I've
It's
never
a
known what the.
well.
I've never
Fair
known
enough,
what the
fair
title.
enough.
Video games. How are they gonna play? How am I gonna play them
Don't-
when they're playing me? Cause I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 for about 5 years, and I feel like this video game is taking over my life every day now. I hope that I can find me a way out. And one day I'll play another video game now, and I'm an amputee, goddammit. That's my
Very
favorite.
good.
I had to keep that part in, even though that didn't work, because that's my favorite part of that song, because...
It's a very good part.
Yeah, who doesn't love 90s pop nonsensical lyrics?
So, you know how I discovered that song? It's on the soundtrack to Dude, Where's My Car?
I loved that
Yeah,
movie.
okay. I found out about that song through Peep Show, and I'm like, I actually really, really like this song. And then I got
What is
it.
Peep Show?
Peep Show is a UK show that's, I'm pretty sure, like, always filmed in the first-person view,
Yeah.
mainly of the two main characters, Jem and Mark. And it's, like, super awkward and super funny.
It's funny. I'll
I-
look that up. Peep Show.
Oh, definitely watch. I can't watch it alone because it makes me so uncomfortable, but it's such a good show.
Oh, is it like that uncomfortable you get because it's so incredibly like awkward or something?
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
but it's also really funny.
Now, Ruby,
Alright.
what is the worst song on Now That's What I Call Music 1?
See, I had the thought that you were gonna have the same number one as me. So now I'm really worried that you said that like your number one is gonna be my number bad.
Oh, no.
no.
What's your number bad?
Oh no.
My number bad is Zoot Suit Riot
Oh.
by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
We're fine. Guess what
We're
my least
fine?
favorite song on this album is?
What?
Zoot Suit Riot by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Oh, so good. So that's one that is just in the bag.
You know what? For me, it was a toss between that and then... So I listen to all these songs, and there's this song called Shorty, You Keep Playing With My Mind by a guy named Imagine, and I just didn't like it. It was okay, but it was beat out by the fact that Zoot Suit Riot is a fucking terrible song, and I hate it, and I heard it a lot, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So we are in agreement that Zoot Suit Riot is
bad.
the worst song of 1998.
Ever.
I mean, we can't say that. We don't know what happens
Ever
if we get to...
in
Well, yeah.
1998.
How about this? Because this is episode 1. As of right now, Zoot Suit Riot is the worst song ever. And then next time we do
Wow.
this, that next song might be the worst song ever. But as of right now, as of this time in space, Zoot Suit Riot is the worst song ever made.
Yeah. And what we can do is once we've accumulated enough reviews or like what we do here in Now That's What I Call a Podcast,
Yeah.
we can have a big special one where we like look through all our worst songs and
Yeah.
we say this is like out of these worst songs, which one really is the worst song ever made.
Hey, actually, I just thought of something. Since we're not doing this as a standalone thing now and interrupting Jake's podcast, should we call it Now That's What I Call GCP?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't make the
that's
name
right.
of this episode Now That's What I Call GCP, or else it'll be ruined. The surprise will be ruined.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
So Zoot Suit Riot is both of your all-time like least favorite song.
Well, it's the worst song on this album, which right now makes it the worst song ever made.
Okay.
I'm sure there are other songs I dislike, but by the rules of this podcast within a podcast, it is now the worst song ever made.
Right. See, I was thinking recently about what my least favorite song ever made is, and I can only ever think of one song, and that's like Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. That's
Really?
that is
It's an okay song. It
that's-
gets overplayed.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why. I mean, like, and that's the thing. I've never liked Queen. In fact, except for maybe one or two songs of theirs. But like, I just remember. I remember being in, I guess, like the last years of primary school or middle school. I guess it would have been for America. And you had to like Queen. If you didn't like Queen, fuck you, because it was Wayne's World, and that brought Queen back all of a sudden because they were singing Bohemian Rhapsody in the car. But I fucking hated that song as a kid, and I still and I was I was, I don't know if I was made fun of, but it was a very, very unpopular opinion to not like Queen at the time, and I fucking did not like Queen at all. And yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody might be my least favorite song of all time.
See, I liked Queen as a kid, but only because my mom had a Queen concert on Laserdisc, and she would play it all the time. And it opened with Killer Queen, which I think is their best song.
Right.
And so I like Killer Queen. There's a lot of other good songs they have. Bohemian Rhapsody just got overplayed, but I don't think it's the worst song ever made. But I won't tell you my opinion on that.
I'm saying it's
not this podcast.
I'm just saying it's my least favorite song ever made.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Zoot Suit Riot. Zoot Suit
is
Riot
the worst song ever
currently
made.
is the worst song ever made.
Legally, and you have to say that. It's legally required. Jake, I'm going to need you to say that out loud right now, or you go to jail. Go ahead.
According to Now That's What I Call Gaming Cult Podcast Volume 1, that Zoot Suit Riot by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies is the worst song ever made.
Well, good.
All right, going from worst to best, though. Ruby, what's your number one?
What is my number one?
Yeah.
My number one is Flagpole Sitter by Harvey Danger.
All right. Well, we're going to have a fight because my number one is Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, I just remembered why I wanted to move Spice Girls. I was gonna make Barbie Girl number 4.
I can't believe you didn't even put it on your list. My feelings are hurt right now. Would you like to?
So
do you want to? I'm gonna give you a chance to make things right and take something off and put Barbie Girl on.
All right. I'm gonna take Mbop.
Good.
Because I looked at how Hanson look now and I don't like it.
All right. Now comes the fun part of the podcast where we have to take the songs that we've listed and make a concrete top 5, with the number one song being the best song ever written until the next episode. So we know that Flagpole Sitta and Barbie Girl are definitely on that list.
Yeah, absolutely.
We won't worry about the order just yet. Now, Jake, we are going to go to you because we're going to need a third voice in here, and so you're going to help. But let's get the other 3 first. So if once again, out of those, now we should have 6 songs left, though we need to pick 3. I have Sex and Candy, If You Could Only See, and I Will Buy You a New Life. You have Fly Away, As Long As You Love Me, and Say You'll Be There.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of those 3, I'm gonna do it. I think this is a fair way to do this. Is there one? I have one of these 3 songs that I would die for to get on this list, and the other 2 I could fight but be okay with. Do you have one out of those 3 songs? Do you have one that you're like, I won't let go of this no matter what?
I have like 1 or 2.
Because out of the 3 I have here, I'm actually gonna do my list. Again, and I'm putting I Will Buy You a New Life all the way to 3. After hearing Jake sing it, it's just gone in my head. So I need I Will Buy You a New Life to be on this list.
Okay, hey. I need Fly Away to be on this list.
I'm okay with that because that was like my number 6. So let me put this down. So I've got Flagpole Sitta, Barbie Girl, I Will Buy You a New Life, Fly Away, and now we have to choose out of those last ones. And you know what? I have an idea. Why don't we let Jake?
I'm going to express through the gift of song. It's a gift that I've been given. Giving you video games. All the video games you can play. And the best one I'm giving you is called Hakuoki. Now you're gay.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, so we now have a top 5.
I just remembered how that Spice Girl song went.
Yeah. No, you did a great job.
Thank you.
It was real good.
Okay, Ruby. Here's what we got right now. And we've got Barbie Girl, Flagpole Sitta, I Will Buy You a New Life, Fly Away, and Say You'll Be There. I think that's a good order. I think we should just go with that. What do you think?
No. I kinda really need Flagpole Sitta to be at number 1.
I kinda need Barbie Girl to be at number 1. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna do this. I think we're each gonna get 60 seconds to plead our case on why our song is the best one, and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you be? I need you to. Ruby is your sister. Can you be impartial?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's going to be based on the argument
For the sake of archival
purposes.
yes.
All right, Jake is going to be the impartial vote. Ruby, would you like to go first or second? I'll let you choose.
I will go first, but I'm gonna time on my clock the 60 seconds.
Oh, okay. I had a timer ready to go. I mean, I had my stopwatch on my iPhone.
Oh, well, I'm also gonna do that because I don't want you cutting me off short so you can get Barbie Girl in.
Now, wow. Ooh, ouch. Why do you think I would do that? This is already episode 1 and you're thinking that I'm your enemy. We're friends.
I'm really protective. I love this song so much.
All right. I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, go. And you can hit your thing at go and I'll hit my thing at go. Ready?
Okay.
All right, do you have all your thoughts? Are you ready to talk?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Can we get a countdown from 7, please?
No, I already started. Oh, fuck, stop. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I'll count you down from 7. I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ,
7.
what show are we on here?
Fuck. My apologies. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm just checking that you started at 7, though.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
You see, I've never been quite sure if you actually say 7 when you count down from 7.
Do you hear me say 7? Let me try it again. Ready? 7.
Can you say Can you say something instead of 7 just to indicate that you're starting from 7? To just make a noise or something?
Well, should I say a cool phrase
Can I do it?
Yeah, why don't you?
I mean, sure, go ahead. If that's something that you want to do, Ruby, you go ahead.
Yeah. So, not 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, I started watching Peep Show at probably a much younger age than I should have been watching Peep Show because there are some very mature themes in it. And I always remember having really liking the theme song. And there were points where because I usually fast forward over theme songs so I can kind of get to watching a show. But with Flagpole Sitter, never did that. I really, really enjoyed it, and the day that I actually downloaded it, and because it's not on iTunes, I can't buy it anywhere online. The day that I actually downloaded it, I listened to it literally for a good 2 weeks, and it was really, really nice and good, and I really liked it. And there are themes in there that make me feel angsty even at this age. And that is the end of my thing. I really like Harvey Danger.
60 seconds! Alright. That was a very good argument.
That was dedication, man. That was the buzzer on the last half of the last word.
Alright.
I think we also need to take into account that my lips are very dry and chapped at the moment. And I said all of that. So
not applicable.
Oh,
no, because it is, because I'm right and you're right, but I'm also right.
Everything has to be stated for the sake of archival purposes.
Okay. I'm going to start my countdown. I'll stay go and I'll give you 60 seconds. Please, I want you to listen to my arguments, Jake, and realize that you have to be impartial.
Yes,
okay?
I understand.
All right. This is the start of my countdown. 7.
You got to count down from 2.
Why?
Because I'm impartial.
Okay. What?
Exactly.
That's unfair.
Go ahead.
All right. This is the start of a less long countdown. 2, 1, go. Barbie Girl by Aqua is possibly one of the greatest pop songs ever written. It's got such a great hook. It brings you in. It induces a party. Also, I'd like to note, Barbie Girl by Aqua got to number 7 on the Billboard chart in America, whereas Flagpole Sitta never got above 38. That says that Barbie Girl is a better song. It's easier to sing along to, it's easier to dance to. Flagpole Sitta, while a great song, it's kind of convoluted in the middle. it doesn't really catch you as much as Aqua. Barbie Girl is much more of an earworm song. You hear it, it reminds you of fun playing DDR with your friends at bowling alleys, even though you were skipping class to go there, and so it gives you a good feeling inside that reminds you of your childhood. It's always listenable to. There's never a bad time to listen to Barbie Girl, and I think it is the best song on this album. My name is Ryan Reed, and I stick by my point. Thank you.
60 seconds and 48 milliseconds, but that was very good. That was
okay.
very. Hey.
I thought you were going to rebut. Hey. There's no rebuttals, but thank you. That is very good.
I am going to rebut, and it's okay for me. No,
I don't think it's okay.
No, it is okay for me. I'm right, and you're right, but I'm also right. So I can.
But I'm also right. All right, 15-second. If you get a 15-second rebuttal, I get a 15-second.
Oh no, it's just a short one. It's. I'm not going to go on a tangent. It's just.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't think that Billboard charts can define how good a song is.
I think that right now, since this is about the arguments, it's a very good hit that at number 7 versus number 38, more people agree with me than agree with you.
Yeah, but Carly Rae Jepsen is one of the best pop artists of all time, and she doesn't go on the Billboard a lot.
Well, that's now. Billboard was a lot better back in the late 90s because more people were listening to the radio.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's fair, and you're right, and I'm also right in saying Carly Rae Jepsen is one of the best pop artists of all time. Thank you.
Now to round this out and step in as adjudicator, because of the theme, because this is all relating to volumes of Now That's What I Call Music, the compilation, I feel like Billboard charts have to be taken into account because that is what Now That's What I Call Music is purely based around for the most part. And while your personal recollection of the Peep Show song is very amicable and a lot of people can relate to it, I feel that Barbie Girl and Ryan's account was broader, more to the populace.
Yeah, it's fair.
That is fair.
And also, I remember that song being at number 1 in Australia for about half a year.
Yes, it was, actually.
Aqua also had many more hit number 1s where I believe that band, which I can't even remember the name of.
Harvey Danger,
I believe they were a one-hit wonder.
named after Rodney Dangerfield. I think you're right.
And
all right.
Yeah, they were, but I do really like that song.
It's a very good song, and that's why it's the second best song ever made.
Okay, you know what?
The adjudicator is speaking. I believe that's very valid. But taking into account that this all revolves around talking about Now That's What I Call Music and
Wait a second. No, I'm sorry, you're done. You already said it's over. Thank you very much. We're gonna cut you off right there.
Wait.
No.
I want to hear what he has to say.
I'm giving it to Barbie Aquagirl.
Oh, okay, good.
You fucking idiot.
You fucking scared me.
Barbie.
Tell you what.
I called it Barbie Aquagirl.
That's a great song too. And you're right, and we're all right. Here's what I'm gonna offer you because I know how much you like it. I'd like to put Fly at number 3. I'd like to put I Will Buy You a New Life at number 4, and I'd like to put Say You'll Be There at number 5.
Yep, I like that.
There we go. Archived, locked away, Volume 1. Now that's what I call Gaming Cult Podcast.
Just to reiterate, as of right now, as of this episode, the best song ever written is Barbie Girl by Aqua. The second best song ever written is Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger. The third best song ever is Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. The fourth best song ever is I Will Buy You a New Life by Everclear. The fifth best song is Say You'll Be There by the Spice Girls. And the worst song ever is Zoot Suit Right by Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Thank you so much for joining us in the middle of this episode of GCP for the first episode of Now That's What I Call GCP. Hopefully we'll be interrupting GCP without Jake knowing about it for the rest of time. Ruby, would you like to give the hilarious and well-known ending you give to every episode of this podcast?
And now that is what I call a podcast.
Yay. You know what? This is episode 50. Actually, it's 57. Shit! I was going to say it's the Sixes. We could call this a music special. But no. It's 57. Video games.
I like those.
Who's been playing video games up in here?
I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Did you play Stormblood?
Stormblood. I'm playing Stormblood. It's the new expansion. I'm really, really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm getting well into it. I'm just enjoying the game for what it is, and it's really lovely. The new areas are really fantastic, and the story, I'm really enveloped in that. The new music is amazing. Yeah, I'm all for it. You can swim now.
Ooh.
Have you played any of the new classes? Or are you just sticking with your Dragoon?
I'm still a Dragoon. I'm still just playing as a Dragoon. They've simplified the battle system a bit and added a couple of new things. I like it. I'm a cat girl underwater. It's cool.
It's very cool.
Other than that, I'm playing Yakuza 0, which I'm enjoying a lot. It's very different to Yakuza 5, which I've been playing a lot of. It feels way more arcadey, and you're beating up people, and money flies out of them, and it's a really fun game. It's Yakuza set in the 80s. It's sick. You're walking around like faithfully recreated 1987 versions of Tokyo cities. It's sick.
I've also been off and on playing that, and I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, so I don't want to say anything spoiler-wise, but I love that game, and I love that it's a good mix of a very serious crime story, and then all of the side stuff is the wacky Japanese bullshit.
I had a dominatrix berate me in a park in front of children.
Yeah, because you were teaching her how to be a better dominatrix.
Yeah.
I befriended the girl that works behind the counter at the bowling alley, and she said, hey, can you win our challenge, which is to bowl a turkey, which is 3 strikes in a row, and I did it. And she said, you want a free turkey dinner, but we forgot to buy a turkey. Instead, we bought this chicken, but it's a live chicken, and I used to live on a farm. Do you want me to butcher this chicken and cook it for you? And I looked at the chicken, and I looked into its eyes, and we locked eyes for about 5 seconds in silence. And I said, no, this chicken is now my friend, and I hired him to be a manager at my real estate firm.
Oh, shit. I can't wait for that. I helped out an Italian mob boss in the city of Camarocho. He was berating my friend, who was a mushroom salesman, because he thought that he was selling illegal mushrooms, like magic mushrooms, but he was just, and that's only because he was not a very good salesman, and he was selling his mushrooms in a back alley. But it turns out he has really good like field mushrooms and shiitake and all these other like really nice Japanese mushrooms. And I saved my friend, who's really good at growing mushrooms, from getting beat up several times. And I saved his life from the mafia boss. But you know what? It turned out really well, because the mafia boss needed some good mushrooms for his spaghetti. And my mushroom growing friend changed that man's life.
Our Yakuza 0 bit has turned into this weird ASMR part where we just talk low and recount our experiences. So I'd like to say that I befriended a man who was pretending to be a statue on a bridge, and he had to pee really bad. Oh, I'm sorry, he actually had to poop really bad because he said he was about to pay the dark price. And so he needed my help distracting a young child who was looking at him because he didn't want to break the magic. So I yelled that there was a UFO in the sky and then danced really good on a bridge so that they would look at me so he could go poop in the restroom of a fast food restaurant.
I love Yakuza 0. I love
It's a great game!
The Yakuza series has, I think it's become my favorite video game series. It just, with my particular tastes in video games, like, it really ticks all the weird boxes that I want. Like an escapist kind of experience to be, I think. And I need that to be filled full of doing really banal and weird shit. And Yakuza ticks every single one of those boxes.
It's weird shit, it's good story, and it's good fighting too. Like, every character has at least 3 different fighting styles, and then there's a 4th secret one. Whoops. And one of them on one of the characters, Kazuya, is this thing called Destroyer style. Or Beast Mode, I think is what it's called in the American one. I was looking at a guide before it came out. But there's a move where you pick up somebody, you turn them upside down, you jump in the air, and you tombstone pile drive them right on their fucking head. And I've done that move probably 100 times. Never gets old.
I mean, yeah, it's a really fun game to play as well. I never get sick of the combat. The game's fucking great. It's weird in exactly the way that I like it.
You can look at pictures of ladies in bikinis, or it's actual full motion video movies of like ladies in bikinis in bathtubs.
Yeah, like old idol
your
videos.
Character, yeah. Or you can go to Telephone Club and date ladies. That's pretty dope. I like doing that.
Right.
And you can go play circuit racing pocket racers with 6-year-old children, and then one of the girls who's 8 says, "Hey, do you want to be my boyfriend?" Because she doesn't know what boyfriend means, and you go, "No, that's illegal," and then you walk away. Because you're 20 and she's 7.
Yakuza 0.
That's a great fucking game. More people should play it. I can't wait for Yakuza 6 whenever it comes out here. I'm very looking forward to that. Because one of the gangs... Oh, go ahead.
I just like going into the restaurants and eating all the food. There's so much food to eat in that game.
So, Yakuza 6, which comes out here like next year, one of the main gangs in it is a bunch of actual wrestlers from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, they got their likenesses, their rights, their voices, and so you get to actually fight them. So I'm very excited for that game.
Hell yeah. Martin's playing that right now, actually. He says he's really, really enjoying Yakuza 6.
Nice. Are you going to get Yakuza Kiwami when it comes out in a couple, or like next month?
Yeah, I'm going to get every Yakuza game. Definitely.
Dope.
The only one I got but didn't play was Dead Aim, which was like the zombie spin-off of 4. In fact, I don't even own that anymore.
I think it's called Yakuza Dead Souls or something here.
Right, yeah.
I might try it out. That sounds funny enough. Ruby, have you ever played Yakuza?
I've never played a Yakuza game in my life.
It's so
should
much
try it out.
fun.
It's fun. I rescued a girl from a weird cult right as the cult leader was going to try and molest her, and I hit him in the head with a computer, and it was really satisfying.
That sounds very good.
Yes, it's very good.
Ruby, my sister, have you been playing those video games?
I have. I've actually gone back and after a really, really, really long time of not playing it, I picked up Animal Crossing New Leaf, jumped right into the beautiful town of my butt.
Oh, shouts out to my butt.
I forgot your town was named My Butt.
We named a whole episode after it.
I remember that.
Back in 2013, I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was my first episode.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about my butt and everybody living in my butt and how I was keeping my butt beautiful with all the flowers.
Yep.
And
Shouts out.
Now that's a great question. You have just started playing this game again. What was the cleanliness status of my butt?
Look, I'm going to be honest. A few weeds and dandelions in my butt.
Oh no.
Some clovers. A few people, or like a few animal people that were living in my butt had moved out, but they've got some new people in my butt, and they seem really nice. There's a new thing in my butt, and it's like a caravan park, and sometimes like different like characters from the game, go there with a caravan and you can buy, like, order, like, their stuff to, like, put in your house. And, you can also
So you can have
like,
stuff mailed directly to my butt.
Yeah. I can have, like, a real nice chair mailed to my butt. Like a bowl of ramen delivered straight into my butt.
Oh wow.
I can get it all. It's really cool. And everyone was so happy to see me. They're like, Ruby, it's been 7 months since you've been in my butt. I'm like, happy to be back.
Did you have a lucky day and find a 4-leaf clover in my butt?
I didn't find any 4-leaf clovers in my butt.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but have you tried, I don't know if you have any, but if you use an amiibo, you can have more RVs pull up into my butt.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that. I've got lots of amiibo cards. Like, a lot of Animal Crossing amiibo cards.
Okay.
Probably more than I should have, but...
I don't know if there's any difference, but I think if you use the actual, like, plastic amiibos, I think you get more. Don't quote me on that.
I've got, like, the Villager amiibo, and I, like,
cool.
bopped them on, and the little ghost that came into my butt was like, oh, I can't pretend to be this guy, because he's too legendary, but I can, do a thing, and so then it showed up at the caravan park in my butt, and, it was just, like, a bunch of, like, Nintendo stuff. Like, there was a Nintendo DS bench and, like, a big gold statue of the Villager, and like a bunch of really cool, like a GameCube. There were heaps of really cool things that I'll probably try and get once I've got enough Town Initiative tickets.
You know, 4 years later, my only complaint about New Leaf, sorry to interrupt, is that I played that game a lot, and I played it sporadically for, like, I'll put it down and I'll pick it up for a month, it's been 4 fucking years and I've never gotten the ability to build a police station. Like, the randomness they put into that game of the getting new things, I think was a little too shitty.
Yeah, like, I've been off it for a bit, but, like, I came back to it real recently and only just was getting, like, Gracie, the fashionista giraffe. I was only just getting her coming in and being like, hey, I want to set up shop, but first you have to show me what you got in terms of style, which I ultimately failed because she asked for, like, the one type of, like, line of clothing, which is modern, which you can put with everything else, but it has the least amount of clothes.
Oh, that
like,
sucks.
The cute line has, like, heaps of different clothes. The modern one, barely fucking anything. I've
only ever seen her twice. The first time was I failed also, and the second time I passed. And it's like I've never seen her again, and it's been, like I said, about a year.
Yeah,
and I don't play every day, but yeah. So as much as I like that game, I thought that they relied a little bit too much on randomness. But I will say that when they make an Animal Crossing for Switch, I'll buy a Switch that day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's cool that you're having fun in my butt.
I'm having a great time in my butt.
Have you been collecting the cards? Like, there were 3. I think there were 3 series of those cards, right?
Yeah, 3 series.
Are you going for, like, complete collections, or?
Yeah, do you have that full set?
I was trying, but after realizing how much there were and how I do have absolutely no place to put the cards anyway, I stopped.
You gotta get a sick binder.
Yeah, you get the official binders, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't know where I can put the binder.
Oh, no.
You gotta go down to your local card shop and trade. You're like, I'll give you 2 Sheldons and Rocket for your ultra rare Dr. Shrunk.
Ruby.
Only characters I can remember off the top of my head.
Yes, Jake.
You just finished working for EB Games recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you don't work there anymore.
Yeah, 4 years of working there, and I am finally out.
I'm just thinking, like, we've barely had you tell any EB Games like stories.
Oh,
before.
Because I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
Now
because-
you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I've had heaps of customers wait for my male coworker to serve them. Like,
Yeah.
instead of getting me to serve them.
Oh,
Like, I've been
Jesus.
like, oh, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, no, I'm good. And, like let the person behind them go through. And it's like, what the fuck do you want? I'm just trying to sell you shit. Like, he's going to do it too. There's no difference. And one of the best times was when that happened. And this customer went up to my male coworker and was like, oh, I want to buy a Wii U, but I don't know that much about it. Can you tell me some stuff? And my coworker was like, actually, the only two people in this store that have Wii U's are our manager and this girl right here. So you can talk to her about it. And I was like, you have to talk to me, you fuck. It was great. And I've had like a lot of customers that couldn't make eye contact with me, which was like fair. I'm very intimidating.
That's
But
true.
like, look, I'm right. So
You're right.
thank you, and you're right too, in saying that I'm right.
Yes.
Shuts
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, lots of customers that haven't been able to make eye contact, which is fine. But really interesting. I've had customers get upset with me when I've proved them wrong.
I mean, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, like they'll ask when something comes out. I like look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, it comes out this time, and they're like, oh, I swear it came out on this time. It's like, why the fuck are you here to ask me when this comes out if you swore that it came out at this time and you wanted to make sure, but you also want to call me out and say I'm wrong when I have a fucking computer here saying what it is. It was unbelievable. And like, then as Ryan, as you were saying before, I have had like dudes come in and try to impress me with game knowledge. More particularly, the sort of dudes that do that are usually the ones that play PC games and will try and like talk about like how cool their computer is and like all this cool shit they've got and how good they are at fucking...
See, this is great. I knew you had have this like huge backlog of all this shit from like working there from so many years. I'm so happy.
Yep.
Who knew? People that played video games turned out to be gross.
Yep.
Who could have seen this coming?
Oh no, turns out gamers, gross. It's like I mean, I'm working at like another electronics store now, but it's a bit more like it's like a broad electronics store, so not like a games store.
Shuts up.
And like I get more people asking me like what are the best speakers and like can I buy this guitar than anything about games, and I work in the games section. So it's great. It's great.
People
It's
value
really...
people value your opinion.
Yeah. Should I buy this guitar?
As a retail professional.
I don't know. I don't know shit about guitars.
It's definitely a step up that they actually value your opinion, though.
It's very nice. And I work with all my friends, and it's really cool. But
should I buy this guitar?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Ruby,
right.
just listen, okay?
You are right.
Ruby.
Yeah.
I've been in here 5 times now. My son, he is very sick. He's very, very sad. Ruby, that's what it says in your name badge, right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is my NES Classic?
No! No, don't bring me back to that. Don't bring me back to that.
Do you have an NES Classic? Hey, can I pick one of those up really quick? Did you guys get any in?
Stop.
Ruby, could you just go check in the back really quick and see if you have any? Like, I don't know if you know me, but I come here all the time, and I think you should, like, totally get one for me.
My son, he is so sick.
I had this fucking... Like, you know when you see couples and they look rich, but they don't look like fancy schmancy rich. They just look loaded.
Yeah.
Alright, I found out how to do it so I can cough without coughing in the mic. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So,
I apologize.
1 and 2, never interrupt me again.
My son is
Listen,
very
Ruby,
sick.
I'd like to formally apologize.
Can we get a countdown from 7 for that apology, please?
7, 6, 5.
Wait, you didn't say that you were starting the countdown.
I'm starting the countdown and I'm starting it at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is
Anyway.
it too late now to say sorry?
So, wait.
Because I got video games all over my body.
Okay, that was worth it, actually. That was 100% worth the wait.
Thank you.
Fucking weird Jake Inkovic over here.
Thank you.
Okay. So, this couple that looked super loaded, like this dude had like a gold chain, his wife was very pretty, like very, very beautiful, but it was obvious that she had work done, which isn't an issue. I think everybody should be able to do whatever they want for whatever. Yep. It's fine. But like, it looked like she had very, very good work done. And this dude had a lot of money. Like, you have those sunglasses that are ugly, but people buy them because they're expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they came in, and wanted the NES Classic. And I was like, oh yeah, we're actually pre-sold out. I can take a pre-order down. I can take a pre-order down for you if you want to wait for the next shipment. Only thing is, we don't know when the next shipment is going to be. And the lady was like a bit worried because apparently they were getting it for their son or something. But the dude was kind of just more angry. He's like, how'd they get out of stock so quick? I'm like, people bought them. like they got bought and pre-ordered and stuff.
It was all through the website as well in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, like it started in store, but then it got to a point where we were getting so many orders that they had to just change it to online only.
Yeah, and then the second shipment was online only as well, and it sold out in 5 minutes, and the website crashed, and yeah, it was something.
And like, dude was like a little bit pissed, and I was like, your best bet will probably be to order online, and like because it seems like that's going to be the only way we're going to get stock. And he was like, is there anywhere else like in this shopping center I can get it? It's like, it's sold out everywhere, like everywhere. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll just wait till it comes back into stock. I'm like, do you want to pre-order it? And he's like, no, I'll just wait till it comes back into stock. I'm like, okay, no, but I don't think you understand me right now. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. You have to pre-order it to get one because they're really limited, and you got to get one. You got to get a pre-order if you want it, and you can pre-order it online. It's not that hard to do. Look, man, I can see you have a lot of money. It's not that hard to do. You just have to pre-order. You just have to go to the place and you just got to pre-order it. It's not gonna get into stock anymore. It's really limited. This is like there's only one, and Nintendo's only making one more. You got to pre-order. You got to pre-order online. If you don't pre-order, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna blame me. You're gonna come into my store and you're gonna say, Ruby, you did this to my family, my son. Look at my son, he's very sick, he's crying, he's very sad, he's crying and he's dead. My son is dead on the floor right now, and you did this, you killed my son right now. And I didn't know I killed his son, but he told me to kill my son, and I didn't even mean to kill my son. And it's just like, oh, and that's why you just gotta pre-order.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'll just wait till it comes out. And then he left, and then I quit my job.
There you go.
I mean, there's just you've told me so many customer stories though. There's so many of just like
It's so hard to remember them all. I've got a gross one.
But so many of them are just
Oh,
like
I want to hear the gross one.
so many of them are just like archetypal though, like ones that you've had like 100 times over because it's just what you experience in gaming retail.
I've had like a few people give me their numbers before, and I'm like, this is unprofessional. And they're like, oh, no, but like, it's fine. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. I can't take this. This is unprofessional.
Yep.
And I've had people look me up on Facebook before.
Oh, gross.
And like send me messages and be like, hey, you work at EB. I saw you. And I'm like, never fucking message me again.
Oh my
Never
God.
ever message me again. That's gross. But I got a gross one.
You're giving me flashbacks too now.
Is
like-
it gross because like of some dude treating you a gross way, or is it gross like somebody like
No,
eating
like
your store or something?
there's literally like Ruby had stalkers in that fucking store. It was fucked.
Yep.
Well, no, I understand that. I don't hear that if it's gross, but I've like if somebody came in and like pooped their pants and had to leave really quick, that I want to hear.
It was a gross man.
I mean, it's definitely all stuff that
alright.
needs to be covered. Like as a
It was
woman,
one. It was
as
a
a
one-time
woman,
thing.
as a woman working in video games, all these stories need to be covered. Like,
Well, I didn't mean I don't want to hear it because, well, I meant I didn't want to hear it because it makes me sad.
yeah, it's pretty
Well,
fucked.
get ready to be fucking sad. Cause I'm about.
No!
No, okay, it's not that sad. It's just
Okay.
kind of gross and weird, and you wonder why he said it. But I had this dad come in with, I think, his 2 kids, and he looked a bit gross anyway. Like, he looked kind of old-ish
Wait,
and a
wait.
bit scraggly.
Let me use a little bit of my picked up Australian lingo. Did he look a bit dodgy?
Yeah, looked a bit dodgy.
I did it.
Well,
Very good, Ryan.
Thank you.
And so, looked a bit dodgy, and he was coming in to trade some games, so his kids could buy new games or some shit, I don't know. So, trading in, and he was like trying to talk to me while I was doing stuff, and I was like, responding surely, but I was like, doing my work. I had to look through games and stuff. And there was like a line, not a huge line out the door, but there was a line on the counter. And I'm like opening the games up and checking that they're in there because I have to. Like, if they're not in there, I can't trade them, so I have to open them up, check the games. And this dude, like this father whose kids were right there, were like, he would, oh god, I can't even remember like word for word what he said, but it was something along the lines of, yeah, you better check that all the games are in there, because if you don't, you're gonna get in trouble, and Mr. EB Games is gonna give you a spanking. But
Fuck.
and he said that, and then I was like, and he's like, and then he said, cherry on top. Then he said, but you'd probably like that, wouldn't you?
No!
Fuck.
In front of his children.
Children! Oh, God.
Yeah.
This is the sound of me being violently ill.
Yeah. And so I did the trade as quick as I could and like made him leave.
Fuck.
Yeah. It was nasty.
All right, that was very gross, but can the name of this episode be Gaming Cold Podcast, episode 57, Mr. EB Games will give you a spanking?
I don't know if we're allowed.
I think we're allowed. Jake, do you think we're allowed?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to make a joke out of what is essentially trauma.
Look, it's very terrible, but also the phrase Mr. EB Games will give you a spanking is so fucking stupid that it's kind of hilarious.
I'll put it up
Yeah,
for
no.
I'll put it up for
I looked back on it and it was kind of funny.
Oh, that
But
guy, listen,
it's so
here's what you... Whenever it comes to stuff like this, I have a sister, and when these have happened in the past, I always tell her, you gotta rationalize this. Just remember, this guy's probably very sad, probably in a loveless marriage, stuck with 2 kids he hates, probably gonna put a gun in his mouth soon. Like, the guy's a fucking loser. So, cut that out. Just remember, you're better than him by a country mile.
I know I'm better than this guy.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
Like I know I'm better than this guy purely because like I take pride in treating retail workers with respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that so fucking hard to do?
People seem to think it's like the hardest fucking thing to do, and I'm like, it's not. It's not that hard to be nice to a hospitality worker or be nice to a retail worker and just not treat them like shit. Because they may be paid to sell you things, but they're not paid to like kiss your fucking feet.
And also,
like,
you don't get paid enough to fucking accommodate creeps either.
Yeah,
no one.
I don't get paid enough to have people undermine me in a job that I've been in for 4 years and have like constantly been treated like shit through the whole time.
Hey, to be fair, Jake, I don't think anyone gets paid enough to deal with someone saying Mr. EB's gonna give you a spanking.
I feel like I should have gotten a pay rise just because of that.
I agree. And when you didn't, that's why you left.
Yeah. No, that actually happened like pretty early on. I think like 1 or 2 years in.
Ruby.
And I don't know why I didn't leave after that.
Ruby.
Yeah.
When's Mario coming out on Xbox?
Way to suck the fucking air out of this podcast.
Thank you. But it's a question you still get working in games retail.
Yeah, no, I do. I get people asking for Mario Kart on PS4.
Yeah.
And like, look, I get it. They don't know, but like, what I don't understand is that there are questions I can answer at work that you probably wouldn't be able to find out if you looked it up. But there are questions that I get asked at work that you could definitely fucking know if you searched up the most arbitrary fucking thing.
I love it when people want to argue with you and you tell them that Mario is not on PlayStation.
Oh my god, it's like, yes it is, my son saw this video, it's like, no the fuck it is not. Like,
did you ever just call their kid an idiot in front of them?
Actually, on my last day, I like felt a little bad, but also a little good. This mum and her like teenage son came up to the counter, and the mum was standing at the counter. The kid was standing off at the side. He looked about like anywhere between 14 and 16. I'm not good at like picking ages for boys, but like he looked somewhere between that. And actually, I'm going to say 16. Hey,
and you know what? You're right, because
and I'm right.
You're right.
And I'm right. And you're right for saying I'm right.
Correct.
Thank you. And so, this kid's like standing like a little bit behind his mom. And his mom's like, oh, can we get, what game was it again? And he's like, this game. And I'm like, this game. I'm like, oh, okay. Did you want to get any blah, blah, blah? And basically throughout the entire transaction, this kid is talking through his mum. This kid's doing the majority of the talking through his mum. And
then mum says no.
I was getting really frustrated because I was like, you're half a meter away from the counter. You can just like walk up and talk to me. And so like as I was bagging this game and like I think I gave him like Xbox Live or some shit. I bagged it and I like looked at the kid. I'm like, next time, buddy, if you know more about what you're buying than your mum does, how about you come to the counter and buy your thing? And his mum laughed and it was great. So basically I owned this kid and then his mum dunked on him.
Dude, you fucking Uber Haxon overed him, like.
Yeah. It was dope as shit. It was real good.
That kid got fucking dabbed on hardcore.
Exactly. But yeah, I've had a bunch of... I had someone say that Gears of War is on PS4.
Uh-huh.
Like they didn't say like it's coming out. They're saying it is. Like it is on PS4.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is on PS. And I was like,
Of course.
Gears of War has always been an Xbox exclusive. It always has been. Like, it never came out. And they're like, yes, it has.
See,
This person is gonna fucking live or
that's
die.
great. See, that's the
by
part
this
that I love.
fucking game
That's
being
the
on
part that
PS4.
that's the part that I love and hate. Is like, hey, you can not know anything about video games. That's fine. We're not elitists here. Like, you can say that Gears of War is on PlayStation, then I can say nah, it's Xbox only, and then you can totally just say, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. But then you just say, nah, you're wrong.
No. Like I know you've worked here for a while because I come here regularly, but I know you're fucking wrong. I know that Gears of War is on PS4.
I need
Listen,
Mario.
I know you're paid to stand here and put boxes on shelves, and so you see the names of those games. But fuck you, I know more than you.
Mario is on PS2, and I'm gonna fucking play it today. Where's my copy? My son is very sick.
My son.
You know what?
My
I just thought of
son.
something.
What?
Mario is on PS3, and I can prove it.
Oh, that fucking
How?
image. Yeah.
What?
the photoshopped image of Mario Kart on PS3 with the flame fonts.
Assassin's Creed 2, they put it in an Easter egg where Ezio's uncle is named Mario, and he says, "It's a me, Mario." So Mario's on PS3. Looks like I know more than you, Ruby.
Damn, I did not know that.
You know what, Ryan?
What?
You know what?
What?
You're right.
Oh, thank you. And you're right for saying I'm right.
Yeah, thank you. I've got one more eBay story.
I'd love to hear it.
Hell yeah.
And this time, it's gross, but not in a creepy way.
Okay.
It's gross in a gross way.
Yes, great. I want to hear it.
And it's less of a story and more just like it's kind of a story. It's like a half story, half info. I don't know.
I'm ready for Ruby story time.
To this day, I've been working and have received 4 PS4 consoles that have been infested with either living or dead cockroaches.
Ew!
And people come in and they say, it's broken. I go, okay. Open it up. There they are. And like once I opened it up and one popped out and I screamed so fucking loud. I screamed so loud. It echoed. People outside the store looked at me. I screamed so loud and then I put the top back on and stood there for a second, breathed, and was like, we can't trade that in. I'm very sorry. You have to take this somewhere else. Maybe the dump.
This has to go anywhere but here.
Because I am fucking terrified of cockroaches. I don't know what it is. They can't do anything, but they scare the living shit out of me. And having that happen 4 times at work is awful.
Ugh.
And you know what's so great? Where I work now, they don't trade consoles. They just trade games. So I never have to experience that again.
Shouts out.
Shouts out.
Can I tell a really gross retail story really quick while we're on this subject?
Yes.
Jake, is that okay?
As the adjudicator, I am neither partial to either side, but I will allow it for the sake of archival purposes.
Oh, thank you. So this would have been about 12 years ago when I was still an undergrad. I worked at a Sears, and there was this homeless guy that would always come in, and we were pretty sure he was stealing, just kind of taking things, but it was never, I worked in electronics, so it was never in our department, so when we were walking, we were just told to call loss prevention. I was like, hey, that guy's there. And so one day he walks in with a box, and he comes up to our counter, and he says, I want to return this, and the person was like, do you have a receipt? Oh, what the fuck? And he looks down and he's holding this box that was just covered in piss. And what he had been stealing was ping pong balls, and they were covered in shit because he had been stealing them by shoving them up his ass.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
And then he left.
Wow!
That is awful.
I'm fucking speechless.
That's
I
the
didn't
whole
even
story.
Wow!
I'm just kind of wondering what he needed them, like why.
I don't know, but he was nice enough to realize that stealing was wrong, and he returned them.
I can't. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Ruby's gonna die.
Oh
my
man.
God.
I was like going to mute it, and then I'm like, no, that's gonna sound weird.
I don't
so
know
that's
what
my
to say.
gross retail experience.
That's
There's nothing to say.
Wow.
For a year, basically, the people I worked with, we would just like, we just wouldn't talk about it. Just like, that was fucking weird. Like every new person that would come in, it would be joked about, and it's just like, just tell them about the ping pong balls. And you could always tell when a new person was learning about it because you just saw their face and were like, what the fuck? It was really weird.
I think that's it. I don't think we could go anywhere from there. I think we have to.
Well, I wanted to talk about video games.
Oh, Brian, my friend. Ryan, my friend. Shouts out Brian Abishaka. My favorite.
Shouts out Brian.
Shouts out to Brian. Shouts out to Eric. Shouts out to Garrett, and also and also Cody,
And Martin.
and also Martin.
I was gonna say they're at Comic-Con, but the last three aren't. The first three are.
Shouts out.
I hope they're having fun. I hope Eric is having fun meeting people on the show floor.
Meeting so many people.
Yeah. I know that he really likes that.
Oh, I bet he loves that the most is when people come up to him and say things like, "Hey, do you really not like sushi?" I bet he loves that.
7 years
I think he
later.
really, really loves it.
It's sort of about like when I tweet anything that gets retweeted by anybody, that there'll at least be one comment asking if whatever I'm talking about is as good as Bad Teacher.
Oh yeah, shouts out.
Yeah, that was great.
That's still great. Like.
Oh, it's
6 years later.
fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, video games.
Rara, my friend, with video games.
I want because since the last GCP, I've gotten another like 17 platinum trophies.
Oh yeah, you're on a mission, man.
I want to hit 100 by the end of the year, and I've been put on more because I found the thing that is making games even more fun for me. People on the internet are crazy.
Yep.
And I found on PSN Profiles, which is like the big trophy hunting site, people who do contests for trophy hunting. I'm currently in a contest called a rare trophy hunt, where it's whoever can get the most like trophies that have like a rating of like basically trophies are rated on the percentage of like, if less than 5% of the people who own a game have it, it's ultra rare. If 10 to 15 have it, or I think 5 to 10% have it, it's very rare, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I've just been doing this thing where it's like, get as many games that no one has as you can. And so it's like given me more fun to not only get these trophies, but now to compete in getting trophies. And so I've gone fully insane, and I think I'm going to get 100 platinums by the end of this year.
Dude, you platinumed fucking Terminator Salvation on the PS3 in 2017.
Yeah, it was fun. Because I already had the 1,000 points on the Xbox 360 back in the day. So I just had to do it. But I just wanted to run down all the games I platinumed since our last episode and quickly talk about a couple of them if I could.
Sure, I mean, there's some bizarre ones in there for sure.
Because you know my thoughts. So for the listeners at home, or sorry, I apologize. For the viewers at home.
Thank you. Ruby,
I'm
can
sorry.
you thank Ryan real quick?
Thank you, Ryan.
I have to apologize. I would like to apologize to you, Jake, you, Ruby, and the viewers at home for saying a naughty word.
Don't say the L word.
I won't. L word's a naughty word around here. Anyway, a lot of the time when I play games, it's, I work during the day and I'll go home and play at night, which happens to be, Jake, your guys' afternoon. So a lot of the times you'll see me on, you'll invite me to a party, and we'll just talk while I play shitty video games or
Absolutely.
whatever.
Absolutely.
And so you've heard a lot of my thoughts on these games
I just
already.
hear you yelling at a TV a lot, basically.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe you can, like, if you remember, if I talk about a game and you remember me talking about it in a very, we'll get to one of them. I think you'll know which one.
Sure.
But if you want to add some thoughts about it. But I'll start. The last game, I think I've platinumed before. We recorded the last one was Terminator Salvation. Since then, I've done Darksiders War Mastered Edition, Murdered Soul Suspect, Jazz Punk, The Order 1866, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, Until Dawn, Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour, Game of Thrones, Injustice 2, 1000 Top Rated, Energy Cycle, Miss Pac-Man, Plague Inc. Evolved, Nier Automata, Trivial Pursuit, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, The Escapist, and Serial Cleaner.
What is Serial Cleaner? Huh?
Serial Cleaner is one I wanted to talk about. It's actually it's a game that came out only like about 2 weeks ago, and I think it might be one of my favorite games of this year, on par with, like, it's not going to be as high on my list as like Persona and Horizon, but it's definitely a top 10. Serial Cleaner sort of like has a Hotline Miami kind of feel. It is a top-down stealth game where you are playing a mafia crime scene cleaner in the 1970s. So what you have to do is grab bodies, pick up evidence, and clean up blood without the cops spotting you. It's super fucking fun. It's got great style because it's all based on like that kind of flashy 70s movie style. In fact, they have a special mode where there's these collectibles you can find that are film cases, and it unlocks 10 additional bonus levels that are all based on 70s movies. Like Enter the Dragon, Alien, what else? I think Clockwork Orange. It's really cool. It's a fun game. It's like that Hotline Miami where when you fail, you have to start the whole level over again, but it goes quick. Some of these levels are fun. Some of those levels are tough. Like, there was a level that took me like 2 hours because it's very much, you can't just bust in like Hotline Miami and just start blazing. You have no weapons. If you get spotted, these guys chase you, so you have to go hide or you have to lose them. So it's, planning out your route, which the cool part about it is, unlike Hotline Miami, is what you're supposed to do is there's like so many bodies, so many blood stains, so many evidence around. Every time you die, those get randomly shuffled. So you can't just know, okay, it's always going to be around this corner, blah, blah, blah. You have to change your gameplay every time. Now, the enemies, like security cameras or the people that walk around or that kind of stuff, that usually stays pretty static, but hiding spots can change. Interactables, like you can click on, if you get to a boombox, you can set it off. That'll set off, a big sound thing so that some guys will come look at it. That shit can change around. So it never gets boring. It's always fun, and it's some little indie title that I got 15, 20 hours out of real enjoyment out of, and it was on sale right now. I don't know if it's still on sale, but when it came out, the day it came out, if you have PS Plus, it was only $12.
Ooh.
So I suggest it. If you like, those kind of stealth games, and if you like kind of that Hotline Miami feel of kind of just start, the whole top-down level. I keep, for some reason, calling it Hotline Miami, even though it's got no combat in it. It just, style-wise, it reminds me of that. But it's got really cool style. It's really fun. It's got good music. Serial Cleaner. I suggest it a lot.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Two other games I really wanted to shout out quick, which were Plague Inc. Evolved. I guess this was a phone game that I never played, but it's just like kind of infest the world. It's kind of fun, and it's cheap. I checked that out. And Injustice 2 is a great fucking fighting game. I really like it. If you like NRS games, it's a good game. And then I really wanted to talk to you, Jake, because you heard me. Have either of you played Nier Automata yet?
No.
I have not. No, I don't think I'm going to play it. I enjoyed the demo, though.
A lot of people that I know have said this is one of the best games of the year. And to those people, I say, you're all fucking stupid.
Yeah, I've heard like so many people be like, wow, this game is so good. But also a lot of people just absolutely fuck it up and be like, this game sucks.
Looking back on it, I think I was a little harsher on it, fully off it. But Jake, would you like to? You were you were on a party chat with me while I was playing a lot of Nier. Would you like to maybe
You were trying to finish
recall
it.
some of the things I said?
I mean, you kept dying. You were trying to finish it on hard because you were trying to get the platinum for it. You kept dying in the same place.
No, I was playing on normal.
Right. Yeah, you kept dying over and over again for about an hour, and I had to listen to you get pissed at this one point for an hour. It didn't sound like you were having fun.
No. So, Ruby, here, maybe you'll.
Also, every time you died,
you
you had to rewatch a 15-minute cutscene that you couldn't skip.
Yes. There's this. So in this game, there is. They tell you this up front. There's no auto saving ever. And you can only save if you find save points. What happens is they give you these boss fights that are nowhere near a save point. But get this. There's no auto saving. However, when you die and you come and they reloads your save, it does save your item usage. So if there's like health potions, if you use those all up,
so fucked.
and then you have to do that boss again, oh great. Start over, go through all that. Also, you don't get your consumables back.
That's fucked. That sucks. This is gonna sound like a bit of a hot take up in here.
Oh shit!
But
Hot take alarm!
Yeah. Thank you.
Those are my air horns.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was great.
What, Nier?
Your air horns. I thought that.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Shut up.
Hey,
no. So my feelings is I don't think the Dark Souls are bad, and I don't think the Bloodborne's bad, and I don't think that Nier is bad, but I'm not really into this whole thing of like people thinking games are good because they're hard. And I know a fair few people that like are the sort of people who are like, oh, if you like finish Dark Souls and they're like permadeath games, like, you're not a real gamer, blah 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 blah. And I hate that I know people like that, but I do. And I just think this trend of having really hard games just for the sake of it being hard,
yeah,
kind of takes away from the rest of the game. I'm not saying that all games should be easy, but it gets to a point where the mechanics for a game are made to be so hard and also fuck the player over that it's not a fun game anymore.
I will agree, but I will say I do like Dark Souls. I've platinumed Dark Souls and Neo, and I think they're fun games. I think the difference here is that while oh shit, sorry, I'm getting someone else was trying to call me on Skype. I think that the games like Dark Souls, when done correctly, can be fun. Like the original Dark Souls is hard, but it's not super hard. It is a good challenge.
First Dark Souls is good.
The thing with Nier is that it's also a platinum game, so it's where Dark Souls is slow, but it's a good slow. You know what I mean? Like there is never any frantic. All the combat is in this game is frantic. Push this button, click, blah blah blah. And so you've got a button that's just for dodging, and but while you're doing that, you can't attack. And you're just constantly getting attacked, where if you get hit once, you're dead. Even on normal, because you get hit once and you get stunned into this chain of getting hit. And so it's just, there was this boss fight against this basically giant caterpillar that was 9 orbs. And you can only attack it when it's on the ground, but when it's on the ground, it splits into 9 orbs and they're all attacking you at once. So you have to be jamming on that fucking evade button, and you get like maybe 1 or 2 hits in. So that boss fight took me like 30 fucking minutes. And if I died, I would have had to go back probably. Thankfully, I got through that one fine. But if I had died, I probably would have gone back another 30 minutes because I'm not used to remembering I have to fucking save. So there were a couple times where I would die and it's just like, all right, go back an hour because you forgot to save because fuck you. The part that Jake was talking about is there was this boss fight that was literally, there was an unskippable cutscene in front of it, and the last checkpoint before it was about 15 to 20 minutes before that. So if I died, and I died a couple times, I would have to go back and fucking watch this whole thing again. And I died because it's scripted in the middle of it that you get damaged, so you can't use your evade, you can't run. You're walking at a snail pace while this thing is spitting fucking bullets at you that you're trying to avoid, and if you get hit by one, you just get chained into it death. So it was, I gave that game a lot of shit about its story too, and now looking back on it, the story was okay. I think I was just more mad, and I was just kind of talking shit on everything. It's a very kind of anime story about like robots at the end of the world, and it was okay. I do love the style of that game. All the menus, since you're an Android, all the menus are basically like going into your own like operating system, which are kind of cool. It had, it's got a good anime style. I like that. The upgrades are chips that you have to, you have memory, like basically you have internal memory. I think after I was all done, I had like 128 gigs that I only, I could slot in chips to upgrade myself. But like things, your HP meter are a thing that you have to keep in your operating system. So if I really wanted to, I could take that out, but then I couldn't see my own health.
Right.
And that was kind of cool. But overall, gameplay-wise and just that kind of shit, it was the gameplay itself got boring after a while, just the fighting. And then eventually you get this power to hack people. And at first it was kind of fun because that's all you've been doing for the first like 15 hours of the game is fighting, and you get this new power, and it's like, okay, this is fun. But then eventually that hacking game, there's only 5 or 6 variations on it, and you're doing it a couple hundred times of playing the same small mini game that only has 5 different variations or so, a couple hundred times, and so that got fucking boring. And then at the end of the game, it just fucking kind of dragged at the end and just wouldn't end.
Right.
And then it was based around that whole... can I spoil this game? Do you guys give a shit?
Don't spoil it. There's people listening to the show.
Dude, the game's been out for a couple months.
Don't spoil it.
Alright, fine, whatever. The ending is some big thing, and everyone was like, oh, it's so fucking meta and twisty. And it's like, not really. Just kind of anime bullshit. It was okay, but yeah, no, Nier Automata. If anyone tells you it's a good game, fuck them. Not really. People are entitled to their own opinion, Absolutely. And I respect the people that like it, but I didn't. That's what it comes down to, is I thought it was a bad gameplay with an kind of okay story that I think more people are forgiving the gameplay for the story.
Yeah.
What I got from the demo was I thought the setting and the story and everything was really cool. I didn't like the base gameplay, although I really, really liked the boss battle. And the bullet hell nature of them. We're going to wrap this up.
Let me say one other thing about it. If you really want to play that for the story, there is an easy mode where you can put in all these chips that are basically auto dodge, auto shoot, auto everything. So you can just walk and everything dies. I looked up, I refused to do that myself because it felt like fucking cheating. So I ground it out on normal just because it's like I paid my money, I want to fucking play this game, but... If you want to, buy it cheap. I bought it for $60, and I think that was about $45 too much.
Before we wrap everything up, I just want to say, I'm pretty sure I talked about it last podcast, like last episode, but everybody should buy Stardew Valley because it's a really great game, and I'm still playing it. I'm still playing that game. I love Stardew Valley, and everyone that plays it ever will love it too. The end.
It's a great fucking game.
Real good.
I leave you with this. It's titled A King's Heritage by 657. Flashback 16 years. We suddenly see the sun rising over the African plains. As we see it, so do all the other animals. They all rise up and look at the sun, as if it's time for them to do something. And banana in the water. 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 Then they all get up, and then make a herd over in the same direction, walking towards a huge rock formation far off in the distance. From the day we arrive on the planet, and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see that can never be seen, more to do that can never be done. The view changes to where we are all in the sky looking down on the scurrying animals, and we see a few flamingos below us, flying towards the rock. There is far too much to take in here, more to find that can never be found. But the sun rolling high in the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. We then see a red-billed hornbill flying towards the rock, and on top of that rock is a dark blue hedgehog overlooking the land and the animals gathered before him. It's the circle of life, and it moves the soul through despair and hope.
Keep it together, Ruby. This is important.
The hornbill stops in front of the hedgehog and bows. The hedgehog frowns at him, then smiles really big and nods. Then a mandrill with a cane with hanging pomegranates. The hedgehog walks on all fours towards the mandrill and hugs him with a paw. Then the hedgehog moves over to allow the mandrill to see a purple female hedgehog who is lying down with a ball of spikes in between her paws. The female then smiles kindly at the mandrill, then opens her paws to reveal a small newborn hedgehog pup that's sapphire blue. Through faith and love, through a thorough, till we find our place on the path unwinding in our circle, the circle of life, circle of life. The baby hedgehog looks at the mandrill in amusement as the mandrill rips off a pomegranate from his staff and breaks it open. He then dips his thumb in the juice and smears it on the hedgehog's forehead. Then grabs sand and sprinkles a little bit on the baby's face as the baby sneezes. The male and female parents of the hedgehog smile at each other as the mandrill picks up the cub, the hedgehog, and smiles at the couple, then wakes towards the edge of the cliff and then holds the hedgehog cub out so all the animals can see the newborn prince. All the animals start whooping and hollering as the newborn looks around wondering what just the hell is going on. The mandrill pulls the pup away from the edge and gives him back to his parents, then climbs down the ravine and walks away in the sunset. Back to modern day. I'm a bit ashamed that I told nobody of my past. The only ones who know of my heritage would be Tails and Knuckles. But painful memories are best left forgotten. Or so I thought. End of chapter 1. Thank you. That was episode 57 of Gaming Cult Podcast. Write to us. gamingcultpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, write to us. I want to listen to some viewer mail next episode.
Yeah, and definitely write about me.
And me.
Thank you both very much. Shouts out to all our sweet boys and bad boys and rude girls. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at DJ_Innes.
I'm at DR_Ryan.
I'm at RUBEEINNES. So like Ruby Innes, but it's with 2 E's instead of a Y.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that sub. Smash that like. I know, it sounds crazy. Let's get to 500,000 likes on this episode. I mean, you can't do that if you're listening on iTunes, but I'm gonna say that if you're listening on YouTube, I know we can do it. It sounds crazy, viewers. Let's get to 500,000 likes. Free Amazon gift card for every like.
Whoa!
Cool.
There's nothing on the gift card.
Ryan's financing that, by the way.
No, it's fine, yeah. You'll get an Amazon gift card. It's got a 0 balance on it.
It's just a gift card.
It's just a gift card. Also, they're handwritten by me. It just says Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
It's got a cool little picture of me with my thumbs up.
And admit 1 hug.
Yeah, if you like this and if you go to game days or any other event I'm at and you say, hey, I liked episode 57 of Gaming Cult Podcast, I'll give you a high five or a hug of your choice.
Viewers, even if you don't know Ryan, just walk up to him and go, where's my hug?
Yeah, just do that. Let that, you know what? Let the bad teacher thing die and just let weird people asking for hugs be my new thing.
We'll see you next time, guys and girls. Ruby, take us
Bye.
out.
Chester Bedingfield.
Circle.
Bye.
Circle of
Bye.
Circle of life, Ruby. Go.
Bye.
And
My
Link Pork song.
circle of bye.
And a Link Pork song.
I'm breaking the
video
habit
game tonight. Rest in peace, Chester.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Chester.